or maybe much more important, what are the guidelines that when you're making decision in the field, you have to follow those guidelines? I know the rumors, the stories, you open the media, you hear that we are killing babies every night in Gaza, Pesach is coming, we need the blood for the matzot, we're spraying uranium, we are... 3 years ago, a lady from Austria hidden by shark in Sharm el-Sheikh. Shark. A few days later, an official Egyptian guy stood up in conference and said, we investigate the case and we found out the Israelis sent the shark.
Oh, yeah.
Stop secret. You put kippah on the shark, he's doing whatever you want. Right?
It's a kosher.
So I will try to show you the ethics, but to understand the ethics, we have to start with the framework. Where and when we are making those decisions. So I will start with giving you the feeling of those 8 seconds. I will speak about the ethics, a lot of examples from the field, and then the last and last list for me is how to develop the moral value, and this is exactly the project that we are heard about it today. So let's start with those 8 seconds. You know, to make decision in the field is not like make decision everywhere else. At home you have the time. In the office you can call your friend, you can call your rabbi, Rabbi Google, Rabbi Facebook, Rabbi Twitter. Over there you have 8 seconds. Shoot or not to shoot. Use a tank, call a chopper. And you're very tired in the field. I carried on my back 3 weeks inside Gaza. Day and night, more than 65 pounds. Some of the soldiers carry more than 170. Now when you carry something like that on your back, after 4 hours, you are losing half of your brain. Or tight. Your IQ going down by 50%. Now when you put the helmet, you're almost idiot. And that's the time to make those decisions. So I want to give you the feeling of those 8 seconds. We have here a suicide bomber. Driving a jeep inside Gaza. He wants to come close to the Israeli bus taking kids to school and blow himself up with the bus. Why he using a jeep? Used to be a barrier between the Palestinian area and the Israeli road, canal, and then a wall of sand. That's the reason he's driving a jeep, so he can go down to the canal and climb to the other side. Second problem he's facing are the army positions, the pillboxes. Have you seen a pillbox in Israel? Pillbox is a tower of cement, 40 feet high. Usually we have 4 soldiers inside and they are watching the area. If they see a jeep trying to climb, they start to shoot. So what they are doing diversion. Let's say that the Palestinians want to kidnap someone here. They start artillery here. Okay. Let's say that the Palestinian wants to kidnap someone here. So they start artillery here, shooting over there, while the army busy. That's the time to do. So that's exactly what we see here. They start to shoot on the pillbox from the other side of the village. While the soldiers shooting back, that will be the time for the jeep to come close to the barrier, to cross the barrier and hit the bus. So let's see the video. I have seen that video a lot of times. Every time when I see the guy smiling, like he's going to his wedding, and he knows, and we will see that together. In 15 seconds, that guy will be 500 small pieces. And he's smiling like he's on the red carpet to those guys. It's amazing. By the way, about to understand me, we have 2 problems to understand me. One, I speak fast, I agree. Second, I'm an Israeli, so my accent is very heavy. What you want, like this. Even though every night before I'm going to sleep, I'm trying to do the rah exercise.
Somebody's running off. Slow.
I will try to slow down.
Just slow down.
So there's the guy. Let's see the video. So that's the bus, as you can see here. This is Gaza, okay, Bet Hanun, and in between we will see later the barrier. Bear in mind that we are talking about Israel, small country. We are not Texas, California. The distance between Bet Hanun, Gaza, and the Israeli road is less than half mile. Okay, this is Bet Hanun and that's the Israeli road. So let's see what happens. That's the pillbox. Can you see here the pillbox?
Yeah.
That's the pillbox.
Yeah.
The soldiers up here.
Yeah, they're watching.
They start to shoot on the pillbox on the other side of the village. While the soldiers shooting back, that will be the time for the jeep to come close to the barrier. Can you see here the black line? That's the barrier. So that will be the time for the jeep to come close to the barrier,
Yeah.
to cross the barrier and hit the bus. But as you can see in the video, the problem is the timing. The bus is here, the jeep still in the traffic. So let's see what happens. The jeep arrived, but arrived too late. The bus is 2 miles from the area. So the jeep decided to turn to the left, to enter the village where the bus came from, to come close to a daycare, school, supermarket, and blew himself up inside the village. The commander of the village heard the shooting. He understood that something will happen, but elsewhere. This is diversion. So he took the armored hammer, you know, the huge hammer that we are using, and went out from the village. Now we see a jeep coming in front of him. There is no sign on the jeep, I am human, will be over. No, this is a regular jeep, it's Israeli plates. I asked the guy later, how did you know that that's a suicide bomber? He said, one, we had 48 alert about a green jeep is suicide bomber. This is a green jeep. Second, he said, I heard the shooting. 1 + 1, that's the guy. So he blocked the road with the hammer, here, in the center of the road, ran away to the side 50 yards with the soldiers, starting to shoot on the jeep to stop the jeep. The problem, as always, are drivers. You know drivers all over the world? Nice belly, not in good shape. My driver as well. A guy from Be'er Sheva, married with 3 kids, 42 years old. Something happened to the driver. He couldn't make the way out from the jeep. Something trapped him to the jeep. So he just opened the armored door. It's a very heavy door. And hide after the door. The guy's still alive. It's a miracle that the guy's still alive. But he lost the legs because the door covered him only up to the knees. And 300 kilo of TNT will see in a few seconds. It's huge amount.
Put the volume down a little.
So they
Is the volume down?
Yeah, maybe.
8 seconds. That's the time that you have in the field to make those decisions. So the jeep is running to the village to the left. That's the Israeli hammer. The soldiers are here shooting the jeep, trying to stop the jeep, and the driver still near the hammer. I arrived to the area 10 minutes after the attack. We found small pieces of the Israeli hammer all over, and we found the driver on the door, still alive, without the legs, but still alive. Let's see what happened when 300 kilo of TNT blown up. When the jeep with the terrorist here hits the Israeli hammer here. That's the terrorist, and that's the Israeli. 8-second small pieces.
The guy who's dead?
Of course.
The terrorist?
Yes.
Nothing enough for me.
Of course.
So that's the framework. The whole story about ethics dealing with those 8 seconds. Now the problem is as follows. How you bring those great ideas, you know, from the Rambam, philosophers, whatever, or those moral values, to those 8 seconds, to make sure that you will make the right decision in those 8 seconds. So you have to go through 3 questions in those 8 seconds to make sure that you're making the right decision. The first one is force. As an army, you can use force. But this is not an open check. You can use force only to accomplish the mission. So first question should be, are we using the force to accomplish the mission?
How do we know? What?
Are we using the force to accomplish the mission? Let's say that you're entering tonight a house near Jerusalem to arrest a terrorist. To arrest a terrorist. To destroy the TV is part of your mission? No. So if you're using force to do that, you are crossing the line. Every time you use force, that's the first question. Okay, the second one, a little bit more complicated. Okay, so we can use force. Don't use force to harm the innocents, the non-combatants. Now, usually, who are the non-combatants? Okay, women, children, civilians. Now, when you're dealing with an army, it's very easy. The guy that wears uniform, that's the soldier. The guy that wears jeans and t-shirt, that's the non-combatant. When you're dealing with terror, they are wearing the same jeans and t-shirt like you, and they're even taking advantage on the fact that they are wearing the same jeans and t-shirt. Let's see a small footage from Reuters. You know Reuters? Reuters, the agency, not Israeli reporter, the Palestinian guys, the cameramen, so they can enter the villages, just to understand the dilemma. We have here a terrorist on the stretcher. Benzi, come on. Why terrorist? He is wearing casual. Any idea why the guy is a terrorist? Can you see something on the stretcher? Can you see a gun here? A Kalashnikov, AK-47?
No.
Okay. Okay. Now let's see what happened to the gun in the minute that the guy is on the stretcher. 1, 2, 3, and from now on the guy is what?
Innocent.
Now if you have a doubt, no doubt, don't shoot. Again, if you have a doubt, no doubt, don't shoot. When you use force, make sure that you know that this is your enemy. And if you don't know, maybe it's a pregnant woman, don't shoot. Okay. The third one, that's the most complicated one. So the first one is force. Use force only to accomplish the mission. The second one, don't use force to harm the innocent. And the third one, collateral damage. What is collateral damage? Let's say that we have a car 5 minutes from Jerusalem with a terrorist inside. We know his name, everything. We have a chopper on there, and the chopper can very easily hit the car with a laser rocket. You know the laser rocket? Very, very accurate, but very, very expensive. Starting with 170,000 US dollars. Not Canadian, US, but it's also expensive. But the pilot says that inside the car, there are 4 kids with the terrorist. Shoot or not to shoot. So this is collateral damage. You're trying to hit the terrorist, but you know that if you will hit the terrorist, you will kill the kids. Only in proportion to the immediate threat. What I know about the terrorist now. If I know from the intelligence that the guy now has a munition belt on himself, and in on his way to one of the schools to blow himself up, I will shoot, also I will kill, unfortunately for him. But if not, listen carefully. Even though I know that that guy killed yesterday 20 Israelis, that guy. And 3 weeks ago 5 soldiers, I won't shoot. The pilot is not a judge. He's not trying to punish someone from something that he did in the past. He's trying to avoid terror in the future. And if you have collateral damage, don't shoot. And the meaning is that you are taking risk. Why? Maybe tomorrow we will do something. Okay, let's see if you footage to understand it. It's not easy. So we are in Gaza here. We have a pickup truck. We have a pickup truck with 2 terrorists and few rockets inside. Can you see the pickup here?
Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. Can you see the pickup? So the pickup is here. The choppers are not here. Very dangerous for the choppers to come close to Gaza. So usually the chopper is 4 or 5 miles from the area. So the video is not from the chopper, the video is from the, what we are using? Drone. You know the drones that we are using? Small plane without pilot, the drones. Israel is one of the leading in the world in drones. We have drones from that size up to Boeing 767 as a drone, the huge one. It's not a good idea to go back home with that one, the service is lousy, no one. But we have. Next year I assume that we have drones that size. We want drones that can enter windows and tunnels. And go down. Okay. So the drone is here, the chopper over there, and the chopper got the clearance to launch the rocket. It's all procedure, he got the clearance. Takes to the rocket between 20 to 30 seconds to make the way, 4 or 5 miles. While the rocket on the air, the pilot following the pickup with the laser. That will be the point where the rocket will hit. But while the rocket on the air, the guy decided to go under a building. So the rocket on the way, and the guy's under a building here on the left side. Stuck under the building. What I know about the building? Nothing. It could be a daycare, school, family with 10 kids. But the rocket over there, you cannot call back the rocket, no? Baby, come back home. No way. So what we are doing with the rocket, we are taking the rocket to the side and hit the ground to avoid collateral damage. You can see it here. The rocket is not the big cross in the center, it's the small one here. So the pilot find out that the guy is still under the building. He's taking the rocket to the side, aiming to an open field. That's the rocket. Aiming to an open field here. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Chops. Hit the ground. Now it happened hundreds times. Why we are doing it?
And each time it's $70,000?
100.
Oh,
$170. $170. Now why we are doing it? We are not doing that for the media. The media will never say that we are killers, murderers, criminals. No. We are doing that, one, we don't want to hit civilians. And second, I don't want to be the one to do that. Unfortunately, I killed a lot of people during my life. I fought in a lot of wars. In the first Lebanon, second, Chomat Magen, Kestit, I killed. When you kill someone, you are not doing a party. This is nonsense. Only in the movies. You kill someone, yes, father, mother, you have to kill him to protect the country, fine. But if you kill a kid or a pregnant woman, you will carry them here on your shoulder and in your soul till you will die. You know, I spoke last week in West Point. You know West Point, the academy, military academy, with the cadets, 600 cadets. So they are suffering now, the US Army, from the syndrome, suicide syndrome. You heard about it?
Yes.
Soldiers coming back from Iraq and Afghanistan, the numbers last year, the US Army lost, listen, last year, 428 soldiers. Again, 428. And that's just the beginning. Post-trauma takes sometimes 10 years. So next year, it will be much more. Just to understand the number, you don't understand 428. I will give you a proportion. The Israeli army is bigger. We have more soldiers in the army than the amount of soldiers that the US Army has in Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay. We are losing every year from suicide. That's the average number, 22. In the Israeli army, 22 every year. The US Army lost last year 428. And you have to do a lot with that one. When you are coming back from the field, you are not leaving anything over there. You're bringing everything back home with you. And if you destroy a village, you will destroy that village for the rest of your life. Let's see another one. The same story, but not a pickup truck. You can see here a terrorist is one. Here in the center, a terrorist is running. Can you see the guy? Hello? So the same story. The chopper over there, the drone is here, and the guy is running. Why and where the guy is running to? Now a drone makes a special noise. I can hear a drone at night when I sleep.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very special noise. They hear the drone as well. So when the guy hears the drone, he is using his insurance policy. What is insurance policy? Civilians, not to be alone, that's enough.
Yeah,
if he will stop in the middle of the road, call someone, speak with him, that's enough. The pilot, you can see here where the guy is running to. Some friends on the fence, the Palestinian car arrives, here, you see the friend, you see the car. When he arrives here, he stops. He knows again that the pilot will take the rocket to the side. There's the rocket. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Chop.
$100,000 gone.
Ambulances. Every time you take an area, the ambulance is the front. Not to bring a pregnant woman to hospital or to take someone you know with heart attack, but to block the tanks, to bring ammunition, to take out terrorists. Let's see again, not an Israeli reporter inside one of the villages. They hear that we are coming, they prepare the village. They hear the tanks. So you can see they put an anti-tank rocket on the side here. Anti-tank rocket here. They call the terrorists to take position, Allahu Akbar. You can see them here, with the guns here. And the ambulance in the front, always in the front. Why the ambulance is here? I will tell you why. Can you see the gap between those two buildings? There is a gap here. You see the black?
Yeah.
So this is a narrow street. We are coming to that narrow street from left to right. Now, I'm from the tanks. When I drive my tank in a narrow street, if I have a building in the right side, I cannot use the cannon. If you have a building in the left side, the same story. If you have an ambulance in the front, they just block the tank. They even try to hit the first tank just under the ambulance. They have a pile of dynamite here in the corner, and you can see in a few seconds they try to hit the first one. They did it too early. He missed the tank, thank God, but he tried. You can see it in the corner. 1, 2, 3, and chop. Too early. The tank will arrive in a few seconds. We have here in the right side a UN ambulance, a United Nations, it's a real UN ambulance, not a stolen one. Let's count together how many terrorists enter one UN ambulance. We have two inside, the driver and near the driver. So now we have the third, and now we have the fourth, and that's the fifth, and here comes the sixth, and here comes the seventh. Is this an ambulance or a terrorist carrier? Now who paid the ambulance? Jacob paid the ambulance. Who paid the gas? You paid the gas. Who paid the salary of the driver? You paid the salary. This is American money. 1.3 billion US dollars goes every year to the UN in Gaza. Kids. They are using kids everywhere. Every time you attack an area, you can see kids outside. You know, usually when I speak with Canadian or US officers, they tell me that when they enter a village in Afghanistan, everyone is running out from the village. Not in our case. In our case, they're running out, not from the village, to the street. That's the best show in town. Why do they have to take the car, to find parking, to go to downtown, to pay money, to see Bruce Willis in a movie? Once they can see live the Israeli tanks, and among the crowd you can see a guy with a rocket, a guy with a gun. Let's see that one again. Not an Israeli reporter. You see everyone is out, that's the best show in town. And among the crowd you see a guy with an anti-tank rocket, a guy with a gun. Now if I will use my tank in a situation like that, I will kill 10 guys, you know, one shot. So what we are doing, we are sending snipers to high buildings before they entering the area, and they try to hit only the guy with the rocket, only the guy with the gun. Now to do it here on the sidewalk, it's tough, you know, a lot of people, it's very crowded. The best time to do that, when the guy crosses the street. So what they are doing is they grab a kid in one side of the street, running to the other side, and throw the kid in the other side. And you are my sniper, and your name is? What is your name?
Elliot.
Elia? Elliot, my sniper Elliot. Half mile from the area. You won't shoot. This is not a stationary target. This is a moving target. And the kid is waving with the legs. No way. Slight wing. You hit the kid. You can see it here. They hear the tanks. The guy tried to grab a kid. And the kid is yelling, no way, leave me alone, I'm afraid. You can see it here. No. Okay, so he left the kid. Took another one. Running to the other side. Elliot, you won't shoot. From half mile, no way. Slight wind, you hit the kid. So he's running to the other side, so the kid to the other side. You know, you can Google it, using kids as a shield. You will find 20 videos. We have 20 videos. All of them, when they fight with the Israelis. You will never find a video like that from Damascus, from Homs, from Cairo, from Libya. What will happen today to a guy in Damascus running in the middle of the road with a kid? I assume that they will kill him and the kid and the mother and the grandmother and the lover and the gabbai of the Bet Knesset. Everyone. הכי חשוב, the president.
מה הפלסטינים עושים בתוך ה-UN ambulance?
מה הם עושים? Okay, this is a very good question. She asked me why they use the UN ambulance. You know the Hamas? You heard about the Hamas. When the Hamas took over 6.5 years ago in Gaza, very brutally by the way, one of the first steps that they have done, they fired all the employees of the UN in Gaza, all of them. 7,000 teachers go home. 600 ambulance drivers they fired them and they hire a new one. Fanatic Islamic guys like them. Now they have the ambulances, they have the education system as well. And by the way, for me, the main threat are not the ambulances, the education system. 7,000 teachers. And you're giving the money to teach the kids that you are the big Satan and we are the little Satan. We are better than you.
You know, I'm a little bit confused because I always thought that the UN, you know, anything that it's UN.
In Gaza, no. The only guys in Gaza from the UN are 5 guys running the headquarters. All the employees are from, by the way, all over the world.
Really?
Yes, all over the world. They use the employees from that place. They're not bringing people. Only the soldiers in, you know, in the north, in Syria, they are soldiers. But, you know, to deal with refugees, no. They are local employees. Okay, Gaza, a very small place, 24 miles on 5 miles. How many people live in Gaza? Someone knows the number? How many people live in Gaza? 1.8 million. 1.8 million. It's a very crowded area. 24 miles on 5 miles. How many of them are terrorists? How many of them are terrorists? And let's exaggerate.
About 10%.
Everyone. How much? Maximum. Although I'm looking at Hamas, PLO, Nusra, Jihad, all of them, 35,000. That's the maximum number.
So how much percentage?
35,000 terrorists.
Yeah.
The rest are not terrorists. They are not my enemy. 35,000 they are my enemy. I agree to kill each of them tonight. The rest are not my enemy. Baby, as I mentioned in the morning, baby is a baby is a baby. Benzi, this is nonsense. They support the Hamas.
No.
Aha. So if you support something, you are. So my mother, she is a soldier. She is sending me every week a cheesecake with raisins. I love cheesecake, you can see. So she is a soldier. She is not a soldier. The fact that you support something, you are not. Because you also support the IDF. So you're a soldier. You're not soldier. No. 35,000 is our name. Just to explain the word terrorism, because sometimes people tell me, you know, I spoke in a lot of campuses, more than 100. And every time, no, they're not terrorists, they're freedom fighters. I want to draw a clear line. Why I use the term terrorist? Between freedom fighter and a soldier and a terrorist. Freedom fighter or a soldier, when he fights, he wants to hit his enemy. The other freedom fighter or the other soldier. Sometimes we are killing civilians. This is a chaos, a war. But we are trying. Terrorist, in purpose, he wants to hit civilians. The guy that entered the Twins in New York, 9/11, he has any idea that this is a Marine base? No, he knows that he will kill thousands of civilians. He is a terrorist. I will give you another example. My base. I have a huge base. You can imagine, 20,000 soldiers, 300 tanks, 5,000 trucks. It's a huge base. 2.5 miles from Gaza, very close to Gaza. In the last 12 years, they launched more than 15,000 rockets over the border to Israel. How many of them hit my base till the last round? How many? None. When I have alert in my base, I'm doing nothing. I'm still doing whatever I want. When we have alert in Sderot, the kids are running under the table. Because why they have to waste the rockets against the army, while they can use the same rockets against the Giz Guard? No, they are terrorists. They are not freedom fighters. Just to understand the term. Okay, but Benzi, humanitarian disaster in Gaza, they are starving. This is nonsense. Again, a lie. It will never ever be, humanitarian disaster over there. Let's see the number of 2000. Why 2010? 2010, you remember the Turkish flotilla? You remember Marmar? They brought food to the poor people. Okay, let's see those numbers. We took, even under fire, we took strawberries and flowers from Gaza, sent them to Europe, bring us back the currency. Almost 20,000 trucks from Israel to Gaza. Energy. In that year, 35% of the electricity in Gaza came from Israel. Not anymore. Today, 85%.
Really?
85% of electricity. Who pay? Me and my kids.
But why?
It's very small debts. I don't know if you know, last December, they announced how much they owe. You know, the debts of the Palestinian.
Yeah.
The debts used to be, listen, 1,326,000,000. That's the debt.
Dollars or shekels?
Shekel. Okay. By the way, why 85? You know that we have a problem in Egypt with gas. You know the revolution in Egypt? They are suffering from lack of gas. If you want to buy gas to your car in Egypt, sometimes you have to stay in around 2 days. So they cut the electricity to Gaza. No more electricity from Egypt to Gaza. So we are supporting them. 85%.
You see, the Egyptians are smart.
That year, more than 10,000 sick people came to Israel for medical treatment. You're familiar with the name Ismail Hania? You know the name Ismail Hania?
Yes.
Okay. Ismail Hania sent his sister to make stand. You know stand? To Saudi Arabia. No. To Egypt. To Tel Ashomer. 3 weeks with the family. The sister of the Prime Minister of the Hamas.
Yeah.
Few months ago, you can Google that, few months ago, he sent his grandkid, you remember the child? He has a baby suffering from cancer here. So he sent it to Ichilot. Humanitarian disaster. This is nonsense. Let's see the market in Gaza, 2010. I have been lately in Zimbabwe. You know Zimbabwe in Africa?
Yeah.
The market is empty. This is humanitarian. Let's see the market in Gaza. From the Palestinian newspaper. Can you see humanitarian disaster? It's nonsense. Okay. Okay, so Betsy, why you have to fight? Why you have to attack them if they are not your enemies? Let's see the biggest export from Gaza, of course, the rockets. 2002 more than 600, 2003 more than 800, 2004 more than 1,000. Oh, what happened 2005? Only 500? What happened 2005 in Israel? We withdrew from Gaza. Remember, Israel went out from Gaza. So they gave us Christmas discounts. They're very polite. Only 500. They're very nice. 2006 more than 1. 2007 almost 3,000. 2008 almost 3,000. Here came Kesli. You remember Kesli? Kesli, the war. Kesli. So the numbers went down from 3,000 to 334. 334 is a huge number. How many countries around the world will tolerate 334 rockets? Let's say that Mexico will start to launch rockets over the ocean to Miami Beach. You know Miami Beach, we saw the celebs, Madonna, you know. How much time you think that Israel, the US Army will wait? 8 years like the stupid Israelis?
Not a day.
Okay. 2010, 300. 2011, 600. 2012, more than 1,600. Here came pillar of defense. Remember pillar of defense? So the numbers went down. By the way, that used to be the quiet year ever, 74. Today we are 124, we are not in the middle of the year. But that year used to be the quiet year ever.
Okay.
I want to share with you a photo that I took during the war. This is a kitchen in Bet Lahir. During the war, I spent the whole weekend near that kitchen. You can see civilian kitchen, right? Fly sheet, milchik powder. Arabic. And the kitchen is booby trap. You see the mine in the center? You see the wires all over? You touch one of the areas. Why is it done? Because the procedure when you enter a village in Lebanon or in Gaza is as follows. Every time. 48 hours in advance, leaflets coming from there. We are coming to this area. Please leave the area. You can use those roads, go to those schools. 24 hours in advance, we start to call them. Hello, Mrs. Cohen, we are coming. 5 minutes prior they take another phone call, and only then we attack the area. You know, it's unthinkable to an army to tell your enemy in advance when and where you are going to attack. Why we have done that? To avoid collateral damage. So they left the houses, but that's also a very nice present one. And I can tell you that the main reason me as Masor is still alive, one, of course, is God. But second, not technology. We use a lot of technology now. In that case, we use a very old method. In Hebrew, we call them how. In English, we call them wufu, but they are doing the same. The dogs. The dogs are amazing. Amazing.
Really?
I don't understand the dogs, but every dog has a leader. 1 leader per dog. He feeds him, eats when we see him. He understands the dog. And he can give me the alert 300 meters before the house. Sir, don't use the left side. It's booby trap, use the right side. 99.94. They're
How
amazing.
many dogs is there right now? As soon like it.
The dogs are amazing. Amazing. Okay, let's see the procedure. Leaflets coming from there.
The IDF uses several methods in order to allow innocent bystanders to evacuate targeted areas. It provides notification by airdropped printed warnings. The IDF has established a unit which gives further notification through verbal telephone announcements made directly to the local residents.
جيش الدفاع الإسرائيلي سيضرب ويدمر كل مبنى وموقع.
It also sends text messages directly to mobile phones.
Text messages. You understand? We have a deal with Verizon, 2 centerpiece, text messages. Okay, so we use that procedure in 2 cases. One, if you want to enter an area. And second, even during the war, if you want to destroy a house. Let's say that we found out that under that house, we have a bunker with 300 rockets, and we want to destroy the house. The same procedure. 24 hours in advance, we are coming to this area. Please leave the area. Flyers from there. Then we call the house. We are coming to destroy your house. Leave the house. 5 minutes for the attack, another phone call. So in the first weeks, it works. They left the houses. In the second, when we call them 5 minutes prior to the attack that we want to destroy the house, instead of running from the house, they force or call the neighbors to come to make barbecue on the roof. Now we have a problem, 5 minutes prior to the attack. And you can see from the drone that the roof is packed. Now according to the Geneva law, you can shoot. 3 alert. We said no, collateral damage. But before the collateral damage, I want to take a minute to share with you what your kids going in the campuses. What you know, I spoke in more than 100 campuses. I spoke in UCLA, Irvine, Berkeley, Loyola Law School, Cornell, Columbia, NYU, Harvard, MIT, Brown, Tucson, Miami. Give me a name. Most of the places, I have Palestinians in the crowd, and a lot of anti-Israelis. Most of them Jewish, unfortunately. All the time, you are a killer, you are a liar, you are a liar, you are a criminal. Every time when I say I'm a liar, shows them a footage. So it used to be Brown, you know, Brown University?
Yeah.
Said, now, Colonel Gruber, you are a liar. You think that we believe that people risk their life to protect a building? This is a lie. So I showed them an interview from the CNN. That's exactly what the guy said. So they left the lecture in Brown, and they gave me a very nice present. When I end up the lecture, hundreds of flyers all over the campus, wanted for war crimes. This is from Brown. This for criminal, what is Brown University, blah. If you don't know, on record, there's a lover of cookies. I love cookies. Why lover of cookies? How they find the photo? They Google it. They took a photo from YouTube by during the war. I said, thank you to family sending cookies to the soldiers. I'm a lover of cookies. For me, it's a joke. But for your kids, in the colleges, 4 years under that attack. And you need a lot of courage and a lot of knowledge to stand up and say, no, this is not the truth. And unfortunately, we are suffering from lack of courage and knowledge in these cases. Let's see a lady, by the way, Jewish lady, University of Denver, unbelievable Jewish lady, screaming half an hour that she saw in her life. She is an eyewitness. That me and my soldiers took organs from kids during the war. Organs, you know, knee, liver. That's what she said. You can see it. University of Denver.
Outside the country, and
you know, that's the time that I told you again. You can speak.
I'm Palestinian. I've been terrorized by this lady.
You know, I'm happy that you are here. I'm happy that you are here, but we have to hear.
This is ridiculous. And I feel sorry for the school like DU to bring a killer to speak. You know, here.
Interrupting us to leave before the police come and have it. No, we're not waiting anymore.
What's happening to the Palestinians is horrible.
It's called
I have been there. I have seen it.
We've all been
I don't
there.
care if all of you get mad at me. I've seen the bullshit. I've seen it.
Did you go to Gaza? Did you go to Gaza?
Have you seen the bodies?
She saw the bodies. You know, you cannot take organs from bodies. If you want an organ, the brain should work. She's an eyewitness. Jewish lady. Okay, let's see the guy. 5 minutes prior the attack. 5 minutes prior the attack. Let's see the guy. I answered myself. I hope that you can read it. Because the guy is not speaking Yiddish, okay? Are you Bilal Zeh? I said yes. He said, I'm from the Israeli security. You have 5 minutes to evacuate the house, you and kids. You and your kids. I immediately shut the phone, called some friends who called people via loudspeakers. And they gather on the roof till, you know, to defend the roof. So that's what they said.
So they find a solution.
The solution is as follows.
They find a way to treat the IDF on every corner.
We will win with those tricks. We will win.
I want to know what you substitute.
We will win. We will win. Don't worry. We will win and remain human beings.
I have a thousand.
So the procedure that the new procedure that we have is knocking on the roof. You heard about knocking on the roof? No. Not knocking on heaven gates. This is Eric Clapton. It's another story. I love Eric Clapton. Knocking on the roof. We said to the aircraft crane. We sent the chopper with a laser rocket. Very, very accurate. But the damage to the house is just a small hole. And the chopper launched the rocket to the empty corner of the roof. Now they understand that we are serious. 2 meters from you will see a rocket. People start to run away. We waited with the drone till they left not the roof, but the building. And only then the aircraft got the clearance to destroy the house. So let's see that one. That will be the last video. You can see people running to the roof. Can you see them here? Yeah. Coming to the roof? That will be the last video. Okay, most of them, as you can see here, are here, in the right side. So the chopper launched the rocket here. Now let's see what happened. And chop, that's the rocket. So they start to run back and forth. We are waiting. You want to see 15 guys leaving the house. That's the entrance of the house. So we are waiting. They are still on the roof. Someone left the house, tuck, 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 tuck. Someone else came back, tuck, 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 tuck. No, we won't. to see 15. Again, someone else left the house, tuck, 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 tuck. Someone else came, no. Now they start leaving. You can see the group is leaving from here.
They are not in a rush.
Here, you can see them running. And only when they left the area, the aircraft החליט to destroy the house, to avoid collateral damage.
Yeah.
Okay, now, why we founded that project, especially in uniform? How you take a soldier that wants to fight, that wants to kill, and give him the sensitivity, or give him the feeling that he has to stay sensitive to a kind of a baby after the war, like it used to be before. And this is a long process. Soldiers are soldiers. So in one hand, we took special needs kids, Down syndrome, autistic, some of them have very long history in mental illness hospitals, and give them the chance to be part of the society, to come to the uniform, to come to the army, to make basic training. And then we have a ceremony, we call them, we put the beret on the head. And to give them the feeling that they are part of the society. This is in one hand. In the other hand, we gain that the soldiers also understand that they have to be sensitive to the weaklings of the society. You know, this is a win-win situation for both of the sides. For me, one of the goals in the Israeli army is to make sure that even after you fight, you're still a human being. Because everyone is losing something in the field, everyone. I will take everyone. What is your name?
Lillian.
Lillian. She is a great lady, I'm sure, with very high moral value, I'm sure. I will take Lillian for 4 months in a checkpoint near Ramallah. 4 months. She will come back home, not the same one. Everyone! The only difference is only one. Where you start. If you start here, after 4 months you're still here, that's fine. But if you start here, after 4 months, no breaks. So this is one of our goals here. In one hand, to take those kids, to give them the pride, to give them the chance, you know, for them to be in the army is a dream that they never think that it will happen. In the other hand, to make sure that the soldiers in the field, and they're working with them, they're part of the army, they eat in the same dining room, they're working in the same workshops. To give them the feeling that we are responsible for everyone, that we are a society only if we are taking care about, you know, the weak links of the society. So let's take a minute about let's see the video.
זה פרויקט ייחודי שמאפשר לאנשים בעלי צרכים מיוחדים להתנדב בתקופה של 4 שנים לצבא.
היו במסגרות של חינוך מיוחד, הרגישו תחושה של כישלון, ופתאום הם מגיעים לנקודת זמן שבגיל שכולם מתגייסים לצבא, והשערים שלהם סגורים, הם לא יכולים להתגייס. בעצם הפרויקט הזה מאפשר להם להגיע לצבא, לתרום, לתת מעצמם, כמו כולם. אני מנקה קשת לערכות מגן.
אני מכינה סוללות, ואני גאה שאני פה. ממש גאה שאני פה.
הם חלק מאיתנו, הם נמצאים פה בתוך היחידה הזאת כחלק בלתי נפרד מכלל המשרתים. הם אוכלים איתנו בחדרי אוכל, הם עובדים איתנו בעבודות, תורמים לכל דבר ועניין בדיוק כמו כל חייל רגיל.
קוראים לפרויקט הזה מגשימים חלום, אז זה לא רק חלום שלכם, זה גם חלום שלנו.
חיבור בינם לבין החיילים ביחידה הוא חיבור שהערך הוא ערך מוסף גם לחיילים וגם להם. חיילים לומדים להכיר אותם, לאהוב אותם, לקבל את השונות שבהם, להעריך את השונות שבהם, ולאט הם הופכים להיות חלק בלתי נפרד מהיחידה, וביחידה מחכים כל יום שהם יגיעו.
באים כל יום בבוקר, מתפזרים לעבודות שונות.
אנחנו פה לוקחים את המחשבים ומפרקים אותם לחלקים.
לעבוד פה זה הכי טוב שיכולתי לבקש.
אני שמחה שהם הגיעו, ואנחנו אוהבים אותם, וכיף לנו בחברתם.
שמח לראות שמצליחים להביא צעירים עם מוגבלויות להתנדבות בצה"ל, גם ראוי מבחינה ביטחונית, גם ראוי מבחינה חינוכית, גם ראוי מבחינה חברתית, בהחלט יישר כוח לכל מי שמשתתף בזה.
פרויקט גדולים במדים מתחיל אומנם בצבא, אבל הוא לא נגמר רק שם. נוכחנו לראות שהוא משמש מקפצה עבורם גם בהמשך להשתלבות טובה יותר בחברה, בקהילה ובשוק התעסוקה. עמותת יד לילד המיוחד אימצה את הפרויקט ופועלת להרחיב אותו בעזרת השם עבור עוד אלפי צעירים עם מוגבלויות מכל הארץ.
חלק מהפרויקט זה טירונות שעוברים שבוע ימים, לחלקם זה פעם ראשונה שיוצאים מהבית ושצריכים להתמודד לראשון מחוץ לבית בבסיס של צה"ל.
עושים טירונות, מלמדים אותם על ערכי צה"ל, טיולים בארץ, הכרת הארץ, בעיקר שמירה על כבוד האדם, וזה מה שאנחנו עושים פה ביום יום. אנחנו הולכים עכשיו בשביל ישראל. א', אנחנו צריכים להיות גאים בזה, נכון? דבר שני, אני רוצה לראות את כל הכלים שלמדנו. את הערך הראשון, ואהבת לרעך כמוך. יפה.
מסע כומתה, גדולים במדים יוצא לדרך!
לא, אנשים יוצאים. זה גאווה לצאת, אז אני הולכת בזה, ראש שלמה.
חיכיתי למסע הזה, אזכור את על כל החיים.
להאמין, כאילו, בזמן הרגע הזה, ואני שמחה שהצלחנו. הפרויקט הזה הוא ברכה, הוא ממש מתנה בשביל הילדים האלה. זה גורם להם להרגיש שווים בין שווים.
סוף סוף עשיתי את זה!
אהבה גדולה, התרגשות גדולה, שספיר הצליחה לעמוד במסלול הזה של שביל ישראל, שהיא תקבל היום כומתה.
אני חיכיתי 22 שנה לרגע הזה, והנה הרגע הזה הגיע.
So I ended up with my parents. 91 years old, living in Tel Aviv. I was born in Tel Aviv. My mother, 69 years ago, arrived to Auschwitz with the whole family. That's the family. 6 sisters, the 7th used to be a boy, 3-4 years old. Her father, Benzi, and named after her mother, arrived to Auschwitz. On the rampway is a Mengele. You know the name Mengele. 2 hours later, the whole family went through the gate chamber to heaven. Only my mother and the twin. You know that Mengele shares the twins for the experiment. So he took my mother and the twin, sent them to one day of experiments, torches, you can call it whatever you want, and then they went to the death march. Soldiers making a lot of noise, walking 50 miles. Benzi, 50 miles. Those women walked 500 miles in 30 days. Wow. Winter 1945. Minus 20, minus 30 degrees, snow till the knees, no boots, no coats, the uniform of the prisoners, and my mother grabbed her sister on the back all the way down. Most of the experiment was the sister used to be here, hip, knees, she couldn't walk. So her mother carried her all the way down. My mother had another experiment. She used to be the secretary of Mengele. She translated the papers. Every day Mengele gave her injection. End of the war, she lost the period. 15 years, no period. Then the period came back, the Mashiach arrived. I know you have also Mashiach at home. Okay, so my mother carried the sister all the way down. They arrived to Buchenwald. My mother worked in the kitchen, smuggled food and survived. After the release, they want to marry. They understand that they are alone in the world. The sister married the guy over there. Mazel tov. She had a baby, the sister, a girl, and the sister passed away. She used to be very weak from the experiments. A year and a half after the release, she passed away. The girl, not anymore a girl, the daughter, she lives now in Brazil, in São Paulo. She had 49 grandchildren. Most of them live in Israel. She had great-grandchildren in Israel. Why? Because my mother carried her mother 500 miles. My mother tell me all the time, Benzi, you're a big hero. You fought in Lebanon, in Gaza, you have 300 tanks, you injured. I have here, I showed them in the morning, a big part of Russian grenade from the war. So sometimes when I walk through airport, it beeps in the airport, you know. So I walk through the airport in Moscow, it beeps. So I told the officer, this is a Russian grenade, you can touch it. Yes, yes. Like, you can touch it. He didn't believe. Okay, so my mother said, yes, you're a big hero. For a small bullet, she said, over there in Auschwitz, she would agree to give her leg. Just to kill a Nazi that every night came and raped her sister. You're a commander in the Israeli army. Your name is Benzi after your grandfather. It's a privilege, truly it's a privilege. We are not doing a favor to Israel that we are serving in the army now. Israel is doing us a favor. That we can serve in the army, we can protect our families, protect the people in Israel, and I really believe that we are protecting the Western world.
Yeah.
We are the cheapest aircraft carrier that the US ever has. 5.5 million Jewish people surrounded by hundreds of Muslims. You know, we are the cheapest one. So from you, be part of that. Be involved in that organization. You can change the attitude. You can change the life of thousands of kids over there.
How do we do that, Benzi?
Take the flyers and help us to make the change. This is part of the ethics in the army. We win that we are taking those kids and change their life, and we win that we are changing the attitude of the soldier also. To make sure that we will win in the next war, but we will still remain human beings. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That was good, huh?